Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I cannot believe we're about to go into 2021, and this time of year I always start really digging into my goals and my resolutions I want to make for the next year. And I wanted to share just this amazing, powerful, crazy tool that I've kind of built that has allowed me to lose 45 pounds. And it's one of those things I didn't even realize I was building at the time, but it's a 4-step process to really allow anyone to accomplish their goals and dreams. And it's crazy because it seriously works every single time if you commit to the process. So I'm going to give you exactly how to do it, what my goals are for the year, and I'm so excited. But before we jump into it, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, hit that button, subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos, especially going into next year because there's so many new ones. And if you are pumped up to just figure out what your goals are, how you're gonna accomplish them this year and actually make it happen. Like, I know that feeling, being so tired of like setting goals and being like, yes, this is my year, I'm gonna do it, it's gonna be amazing. And then you get like 2 weeks into the year and you're like, what happened? We're not gonna let that happen anymore. No, none of that. Nope. This is totally going to change the game for you. So if you're pumped up for that, hit the thumbs up, give it a little click, and let's dive in because there's good stuff in here, you guys. Before I share the actual like 4 phases, because that's really what it is, I just want to tell you some of the ones that I have on my 2021 resolution list. So I really try to start always with like my big dreams, like what are like these like big things, and then I'll figure out the rest later, but like what are the big things that I want to have happen this year? So one of them, the most important probably, is there are 2 things that I want to launch, these 2 huge projects I've been working on and already like bringing to life, but I'm going to make them happen this year. It is happening, they're going to be out, like that is number 1, and I can't give you any more details because they're obviously secret projects I'm working on, but that is like my most important one right now. The other one that I really want to do is create more video content. So I usually post once a week here on YouTube. I post like maybe 1 workout on Instagram a week. I have tons of photos and stuff and tons of videos in the app, but I want to be sharing more videos with you guys. So like I have some lofty goals. Like I want to post a vlog every single week on my channel here in addition to like my normal videos. I want to post 2 to 3 workouts on Instagram. I want to post every single day on TikTok. I know, I don't do every day right now. I try, but it doesn't happen. So like those are kind of some of like the bigger ones, like kind of work related and everything else. I also really want to wear blue light glasses. I have them here. I've been trying to wear them on my computer, but I want to like actually get in the habit of doing it every single day. One of the only goals that I have not actually accomplished that I've set out to in the last year was last year. One of my resolutions was to do the like Invisalign for my bottom teeth. And I was so good for the like first month. And then I just realized I eat too much. I like eat too much throughout the day too often, and it was so annoying, and I ended up getting out of the habit of it. So that didn't happen. But other than that, I know that I'm going to accomplish all of these things this year. I'm gonna wear those, I'm gonna launch those projects, I'm gonna get the video content done. I wanna grow my team. It's so exciting watching the LSF HQ team grow and grow. There's a lot of big ones I have. So now it's like really like, how do you take all these big ideas and actually break them down so that you can accomplish your goals? And by the way, side note, if you guys get the LSF, so this is my 2021 goals planner. It's very cool. The whole beginning of it has an area to like talk about like reflection on 2020 and then manifesting and like vision boarding your 2021 dreams. And there's so much goodness in here, and every month there's goal setting. So I was like, we'll go back to this to help me like plan this out. But you guys, all the phases that I'm gonna talk about right now, you can get my full workshop that I did on this for free. You'll get the video and my entire like presentation deck with all the details too. But we're gonna like break it down top line so that you have like a clear strategy to get going and start planning your goals. So number 1 is planning. I know, it sounds obvious, it's not. You actually have to have a plan. If you wanna take these dreams and aspirations and actually bring them to life, you have to start breaking it down and create a plan. So I like to take these bigger dreams and break them into macro goals. So for me, macro goals are still really top line, but the difference between a dream and a macro goal is that macro goal has actual like action that can be put against it. It's something that's realistic, it's actually trackable. So for me to just say, I wanna live a healthy lifestyle, like what does that mean? I don't know what that means. Necessarily. It could mean a lot of different things. And there's not really a way to track if you're living a healthy lifestyle. So that can be your big dream and aspiration, but then you have to break it into these macro goals So a macro goal under that beautiful dream could be something like, I want to cook 5 meals a week. That's still a pretty big goal. Or even just, I want to cook healthy meals more often. But then we got to break it down from there. So your planning is figuring out how to take your dream, bring it into a macro goal, and it's not going to just be one. If your dream is to live a healthy lifestyle, you're going to have, I want to eat healthier, I want to exercise more regularly. Those are 2 very obvious ones to start with. There's probably a million other big goals that you can break down from there. One of the biggest things I'll say before we go to the next 3 phases of this is for these, like, I call it the 4 phases of accomplishment, because you will accomplish if you stick to these phases. You cannot skip steps. You can't rush it. You have to go through the process, and it's gonna look different depending on every single goal. So really have patience with yourself. One thing I like to do when I'm doing my planning phase is like Venn diagramming. So in the middle, I would put my big dream, so live a healthy lifestyle. And then off of that, I'd branch little bubbles that would have those macro goals. So things that still like, you know, like if I wanna make healthy dinners every night, that's a great macro goal because I can trace that. I know that Monday night, Tuesday night through Sunday night, if I'm hitting that goal, it's very trackable, and that's realistic for me because I spend most of my time at home. If you're someone who's traveling all the time, making every dinner maybe is not realistic. So in your planning phase, make sure you also are really considering, is this something that is realistic that I can actually stick with? Because like, you know, with my weight loss journey, I used to be like, I'm gonna lose 20 pounds. Well, 20 pounds when, first of all, and a lot of times I was like, this month, that wasn't realistic. It wasn't gonna happen no matter how much effort I put into it. It was not a healthy, realistic goal. So make sure you are being really realistic with yourself to start setting these goals. Number 2 is the acting phase. So this is where you actually get to start taking action. And this is where you break your macro goals into micro goals. So if you have a macro goal of something like making healthy dinners, then your micro goal might be 4 days a week, 5 days a week, 6 days a week. I'm gonna make healthy dinners. Or if your macro goal was like mine when I first started my weight loss journey, and that was to exercise more regularly, well then my micro goal became, I'm gonna move my body for 10 minutes a day. So that's why, you know, in the Love So Fitness app, I have a free daily 10-minute workout because that was the micro goal that helped me the most in my journey. And I know that it's super helpful for anyone else. So the micro goals you really break down to be very specific. They're task oriented, so you can know exactly what to do, how often to do it, when it needs to be done, and you can measure that success as well. So it's really breaking down that macro goal into tiny little parts. And there might be multiple micro goals under your macro goal. So I like sticking with this idea just like because I feel like it can help you guys too as far as like visualizing it. So if you have, you know, I want to live a healthy lifestyle, then you go in your planning, my macro goal is exercise more regularly. How I'm gonna actually accomplish that and like the steps I'm gonna take. So acting, I'm gonna move my body for 10 minutes a day, 7 days a week. It doesn't have to look like anything specific, and I'm gonna do that for 3 weeks straight. So now I have not only is my specific task really clear, but also I have a goal set for how long I'm gonna do that for. That doesn't mean I'm gonna stop at the end, and we'll get to that. But that's like my first step. And it can be 2 weeks, it can be 3 weeks, a month, whatever, again, is realistic, going back to number 1, that makes sense for your life. Number 3 is my favorite, the 3rd phase, because this is where motivation comes from. I get asked this all the time, you guys, and I totally get it because I had no idea how to get motivated or stay motivated. That was something I struggled with for years and years. So I came to find out through my own journey, and again, this whole thing was built later reflecting and being like, how did I do that? And trying to really dig in. Number 3, it is achievement. And this is where that motivation comes in because this is where you get to celebrate your success in accomplishing those micro goals and or macro goals, depending on kind of where you're at in those steps. But say that micro goal is I'm gonna move my body for 10 minutes a day, 7 days a week for 3 weeks. At that 3-week mark, if you've done that consistently every day, this is when you get to celebrate. So it's really important to make sure that you're actually planning what those celebrations are gonna look like so that you know how to reward yourself. I used to always reward myself with food. That was not a healthy thing for me personally to do when my goals were really specific to being healthier, because then I'd go eat garbage. But things like a new sports bra or tennis shoes, something like that can be really, really awesome to help motivate you to keep going in your journey. But that's where the motivation comes. When you actually are successful, you feel confident, you feel inspired, and you feel like that little fire underneath you, because most of the time, like me, I had felt like I failed over and over and over and over again. So to finally feel accomplished because I had specific, clear, realistic goals was such a powerful thing. Like that was what was a game changer for me. So in this amazing little achievement phase that is oh so important, you have to make sure you take time to stop and reflect on all of your success. And phase number 4 cannot be forgotten. It cannot be jumped to. Like I said, you can't skip steps. This is your elevating phase. And this is where you really focus on what's next. So you can evaluate the success of your goals that you've set so far. Is it working for you? Do you need to make some adjustments? Are you like crushing it and now it's time to make it 20 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day and really adjust those goals? This last phase is super important because it allows you to figure out where you're going on your path, how things are going, and continue to move forward to really reach your goals. Because sometimes you set goals, and even if you're crushing it, you might get to like a pause point at this phase and be like, you know what? Like, that was good. I'm really glad I did it because I learned X, Y, and Z, but I don't know if this is like the path for me anymore. I've learned a lot. Like I've discovered these new passions or new habits that I want to focus on. And then you can kind of pivot during this phase as well. It's really about like adaptability, flexibility, always checking in with yourself too, even throughout these 4 phases to figure out like if it's working, if it's not, and how you can adjust to continue to be successful and not actually just give up because the goal you had maybe isn't the right one for you. And that does happen. So you need to be patient with yourself. And again, going through these steps, checking back in is the best thing you can do, because sometimes some of those micro goals even end up being a macro goal, and you need to figure out what needs to be done underneath that to make that happen as well. All right, so the cool thing again with the planner is one, you get this like very in-depth version of this fast workshop, but you also get my whole deck that explains everything. But when you buy the planner, again, you're gonna have all of your 2021 goal setting prompts in here to help really walk you through setting up like not only just like your goals, but figuring out like what it is you want for yourself for this year. Sometimes that is the hardest part, and that happens before the planning. That's the first thing that has to happen, is you have to really figure out like what you want, or like at least what you think you might want, to be able to start creating a plan. I felt lost for a lot of years and like not really sure even how to make resolutions or what to do with them. I always thought it was only about fitness or my body, which is not the case. Yes, of course, those can be part of it, but there's so much more, and the planner really helps bring that out of you and helps you discover those things. And then each month in the planner, you also have like your goal setting. So I would have on this section here that has like 3 goals and then the action steps. The 3 goals I would focus on being your macro goals, and then the action steps below being micro goals. So these are things, it doesn't mean you're not gonna have more than 3, and maybe you only have 1 that you really wanna hone in on each month, but using the planner to help break it down for you every single month so you have somewhere to come back and look at is gonna be so helpful. Plus you get little notes from me, which is really nice every month, trying to encourage you guys and keep you motivated, keep you going. You can break it down during your weekly overviews as well. There's been so many great updates to this planner. So if you haven't gotten yours yet, again, go get it. It is going to be the most powerful tool to help set you up for success for this year. Plus you'll get everything we were just talking about in way more depth to answer all your questions about really digging into setting the goals. For me, like I just started to break down what it's gonna look like to achieve those macro goals I told you. So like the amount of content that I'm wanting to shoot is a lot. And I'm also running a business and making all these other things, like all the time working on projects. It's a lot, but I know I can do it if I start to break down those macro goals into micro goals of, you know, one full shoot day a week, one full planning day, or one afternoon planning all of that content every single week. So those are the little goals I have to start scheduling and really kind of building into my time blocking in order to actually make it happen. All right, so real quick recap on the 4 phases of accomplishment. You have planning, acting, achieving, and elevating. And if you guys follow those 4 steps, I swear to you, you are going to crush your goals like you have never before. All the resolutions that you make for this year are possible if you go through these steps. Absolutely. So if you feel like you've tried in the past and you were like me, where you're like, New Year's resolutions, I don't know, goals, that seems dumb, I can't do it, I failed, stop. You've got this. We are going to do it together. And if you haven't signed up, oh my gosh, if you haven't signed up for the LSF 30 challenge, you guys, I'll put the link down below. Sign up with me. It's 30 days. I'm giving you a free 30-day trial in the app. Plus, if you show up for yourself for those 30 days, every day there's workouts. You're going to have free workouts. There's nutrition tips. There's self-care. Show up for 30 days consistently. And I will pay for another 30 days for you in the Love Sweat Fitness app. And there are big things coming in 2021 for that app. So get excited, do the challenge with me. That is a great first step. Macro goal, accomplish and finish LSF 30 challenge. Micro goals, do my daily 10 every day, do my self-care every day, journal, all of those things that can go underneath. See, it all comes together. It's gonna be so awesome, you guys. I'm super, super excited. I just love you guys so much. I can't wait for you to get your planners, get them for yourself, gifts, whatever. What a perfect, fun friend gift. And you guys can do vision boards together. That'd be really fun, like to kick off the new year. Virtually or safely, social distance, whatever. Anyway, I love you guys. Again, if you're not subscribed, please hit that button. It really helps support me and this channel so I can keep making content for you guys. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this video and comment down below. Let me know what your goals are so I can help keep you accountable for this next year as well. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.